welcome to Blame It on the Draw. Today we're getting a full spoiler of Rising Rampage. Yes, this is the full spoiler right now that's available, and we're going to go one by one and just review them for you guys. Now, the first one is Rescue Interlacer. Rescue Interlacer is just a monster that's light cybers, has an effect, has 3 stars, 1000 attack, and 1200 defense. Basically, during damage calculation, if your opponent, if a Cyber's monster's attack quick effect, you can discard this card. You take no battle damage from that battle. You can only use the effect of Rescue Interlancer once per turn. Once per turn during either's end phase. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was discarded to activate this card's effect this turn, special summon this card. It's an okay card. Next, Cross Debug. Cross Debug is I almost said it in Japanese. Korusuo Debra. No, I'm not good at Japanese. Monster, he's a dark monster, cyber effect, 2 stars, 900 attack, 600 defense. And it says, if you control 2 or more Link monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. During the damage calculation, if your Link monster battles an opponent's Link monster, you can manage this card from your graveyard. Then target 1 Link monster in your graveyard. Your battling monster gains attack equal to the target's until the end of this turn. Also, it cannot be destroyed by battle. You can only use the effect of Cross Debug once per turn. Next up, we have Marincess Seahorse. Everyone's talking about Marincess now, Marincess being the next meta. Well, let's see about that. Marincess is a monster, water, and it's a Cyber's effect with 3 stars with 1400 attack and 1000 defense. It says you can special summon this card from your hand to a zone on Marincess Link monster points 2. You can only special summon Marincess Seahorse once per turn this way. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 water monster from your hand to your zone of Marincess Link monster points 2. You can only use the effect of Marincess Seahorse once per turn. That is a really good effect. I'm liking Marincess already. Marincess Sea Star. It's a monster, water with cybers, and effect 2 stars, 800 attack, and 400 defense. You can send this card from the hand to the graveyard and target 1 Marincess monster you control that gains 800 attack until the end of this turn. You can only use the effect of Marincess Sea out to twice per turn. Very good. Next up we have DMZ Dragon. DMZ Dragon being a monster, dark dragon, effect 4 stars with 0 attack and 2000 defense. This card says, once per turn you can target 1 level 4 lower dragon type monster to your graveyard and add 1 dragon monster you control, equip that target monster to the graveyard to the monster on the field as an equip cell for this effect. Your equip monster gains 500 attack. At the end of the damage that your monster equipped with this card's attack, or banish this card from your graveyard. Destroy as many equipped cards as possible that were equipped to the monster you control, and if you destroy all of them, it can make a second attack in a row. Now that is shit. Tianwei Dragon Avada. Now, this one is Tian. This is another one that people are calling as the next meta. I don't think it will be next meta. Making normal monsters to be really good in non-record type is really hard. Now, card type is a monster Earth, and it's a worm tuner effect with 1 star, and, 0 attack as a defense. If you control no effect monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use specials of 1 Tiara Dragon Adiada once per turn this way. If you control a non-effect monster, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard, then target 1 of your banished worm monsters, except this card added to your hand. You can only use the effect of Tiara Dragon Adiada once per turn. Adada. That is pretty good. Pretty good. Tianwei Dragon's Tana. Now, if this one is a monster, water, worm effect, 4 stars, 400 attack, 2000 defense. If you control no monsters effect, monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use special summon 1 Tiawe Dragon Stana once per turn this way. If a non-effect monsters you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard, then target 1 of those destroyed monsters. Special summon it to you. Then you can destroy 1 monster your opponent controls. You can only use the effect of Tiawe Dragon Stana once per turn. Not bad. It's okay. Tianwei Dragon Manita. Monster, fire, worm effect, 4 stars, 600 attack, and 1500 defense. If you control no effect monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use the effect to special summon Tiawe Dragon once per turn this way. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a non-monster you control, a non-effect monster you control, quick effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard, then negate the activation. If you do destroy that card, you can only use the effect of that's a really good card right there. Now this right there, yep, that right there is a really good card. 10 out of 10. I like it. Really good. Next up we have Tianwei Dragon Nahata. Nahata says monster, wind, worm effect, 4 stars, 800 attack, 1000 defense. If you control no effect monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You will only special summon Tianwei Dragon Nahata once per turn this way. When an attack is declared involving your non-effect monster, when your opponent's face-up monster, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard. The opponent's monster loses 1500 attack until the end of this turn. And then we have Tianwei Dragon Vishuda. Bishuda, Monster Dark Worm effect, 7 stars, 1500 attack, and 2500 defense. Red Eyes maybe? If you control non-effect monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only spend whatever this way. If you control a non-effect monster, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard. Then target one card your opponent controls, return to the hand. It's okay. It's an okay card. Witchcraft Golem Arls. Now this. Oh. Mama. Alright, now, it says here that it's a monster light spellcaster effect, 8 stars, 2800 attack, 0 defense. This is weird. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a spellcaster monster you control, or when a spellcaster monster you control is targeted for an attack by an opponent's monster while this card is in your hand, quick effect, you can target one monster your opponent controls or one witchcraft spell in your graveyard, special summon this card, and if you do, return that targeted card to the hand. You can only use the effect of one level once per turn. Once per turn during your opponent's standby phase, return this card to the hand. That is really, really good. That's retarded. That's really good. Beat Raptor. Beat Raptor, kill me. Monster, Earth, Dinosaur, effect, 4 stars, 1400 attack, and 2000 defense. It says, when this card is in the main monster zone, negate the effects of monsters while they are in the extra monster zones. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon one Beat Raptor from your deck. You only use the effect of Beat Raptor once per turn. Wow, that's really anti-meta. That's very anti-meta. Warlord X-Charge Dragon. This piece of shit. Monster, Dark Jargon, XYZ effect, 4 Rex. 3000 attack and 2500 defense. It says 2 level 4 dark monsters is required for the materials, and it says this XYZ monster cannot be targeted by card effects or other monsters. We're going good here. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, then target one face-up monster on the field. The monster loses 600 attack and defense. Also, your special summon on Borlow monster from your graveyard, but the monster special summon by this effect is banished during the end phase. After activating this effect, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monster to or attack directly. I think it's good for Borlow cards? You know, rockets? Only rockets? This is yeah. Marince's Blue Slug. Marince's Blue Slug is a monster water Cyber's link effect with bottom arrow. 1500 attack and only 1 link. 1 level 4 or lower Marince's monster is required for the summoning here. You can only link summon Marince's Blue Slugs once per turn. Oh, you can summon one of them once? Oh, okay. If this card is linked summon, you can target one Marince's monster in your graveyard except Marince's Blue Slug added to your hand. You cannot special summon a monster for the rest of the turn except water monsters. Really good. Marince's Coral Anemone. Nematode. Monster Water Cyber's Link effect is left and bottom. 2000 attack and only 2 water monsters are required for the link summon. You can target one water monster with 1500 or less attack in your graveyard. Special summon it to his own discard points too. Also, you cannot special summon monster for the rest of your turn except water monsters. If this card is sent from the field to your graveyard, you can target one Marince's monster in your graveyard except Marince's Coral Awesome. Add it to your hand. You can only use the effect of this is basically Automatic Grace for water. Marince's Marbled Rock. Marince's Marble Rock says is a monster water Cyber's link effect, left, bottom, and right. 2500 and only 3. 2+ water monsters that are links for the linked materials. You can target one Marince's card in your graveyard except Marince's Marble Rock added to your hand. You can only use the effect of Marince's Marble Rock once per turn. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send one Marince's monster from your hand or graveyard to a monster cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, you can take no battle damage from that battle. Hey guys, we're halfway there. Hooray. Tianwei Beresfied Monk. Monster Earth Worm Link bottom, 1000 attack, only one non-link Tianwei monster, and that's it. Cool. Tianwei Dragon Sage Monster Fire Worm Link effect, bottom left, bottom right, 1600 attack. 2 link worm monsters has to be 2 worm monsters. You can discard one card, then target one worm monster in your graveyard, special summon it. But for the rest of this turn, you cannot activate effects or monster special summon from the extra deck except for the Tianwei monsters. While they are on the field, when an attack is declared involving a non-effect monster, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. This is a kind of generic worm monster, I guess? Eh? Tianwei Ashura is a monster dark worm link top right, bottom right, 3000 and 3 monsters, 2+ monster including a link monster, and has nothing. And then we have Link Back. Last night took an air, but tonight we link back, and now I'm copyrighted. Target one link monster you control in the extra monster zone. Move that monster you control to your main monster zone it points to. Then you can send cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard equal to the monster's link rating. That would be great if it was a quick effect. Grid Rod. This is a spell equipped, of course, equip only to a Cyber's monster you control that gains 300 attack. Also, it's unaffected by opponent's card effects. The first time the equipped monster will be destroyed by battle each turn, it's not destroyed. If this face-up card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. Cyber's monster you're going to control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects until the end of its turn. Really good for Cybers. Really good Cyber support right there. That is something I'm looking forward to. Rising Fire, of course. Rising Fire, spell equip. And it says this card is always treated as a Son of Man Great card. I like it. If you control no monsters, activate this card by targeting one fire monster from your graveyard, special summon it by equipping this card. It gains 500 attack. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. If this card in the owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can banish one monster on the field. You can only use the effect of... It doesn't target? I'm considering running too. Maybe. Fortune Vision right here says a spell continuous. Alright. When this card is activated, you can add one Fortune Lady from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, if this card you control is banished by a card effect, you can activate this effect. This turn, monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, even if this card leaves the field. So once per turn, if the card your opponent controls is banished by a card effect, you can activate this effect. The next time you would take battle damage this turn, you do not. Even if this card leaves the field, you can only use to activate one Fortune Vision per turn. Land of the Eternal Tianwei. Spell Field, of course. Non-effect monsters on the field are unaffected by monster effects once per turn. If your opponent special summon an effect monster and you control a non-effect monster, you draw 2 cards. Oh, what? This is really good. Shit, I might run this in Blue Eyes. Anyways, 2 Hollow Cycle of Dragons. Send 1 worm monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you control a face-up monster that is not an effect monster, you can also add 1 Tianwei monster from your deck to your hand and a different name. That monster that will send from the graveyard. You can only... That is really good. That is a really good card. If only it was a quick effect spell card. Draw Discharge. Trap Normal. When your opponent draws cards by the card effect, reveal the cards they drew, and if there were monster cards or monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the total attack of those monsters. And if you do banish all the revealed cards, you can only activate 1 Discharge per turn. It has to be drawn. It can't be... It has to be drawn. It can't be searched. So, crap. Marince's Wave. Trap Normal. If you control a Marince's Link monster, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. Then, if you control a Link 2 or higher Marince's monster, all face-up monster you currently control are unaffected by your opponent's card effects until the end of this turn. If you control a Link 3 or higher Marince's, you can activate this card from your hand. Ew. Really good, really good. Marince's Current. When your Marince's Link monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to a Link rating of that monster you control for 500. Then, if you control a Link 2 or higher Marince's monster and your opponent's destroyed monster is a Link monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's Link rating by 500. If you control Link 3 or higher Marince's monster, you can activate this card from your hand. Man, that's retarded. Yosenju's Wheezeblade. Wind. Trap Normal. If you control no monsters, reveal up to 2 Yosenju's monsters in your hand with different names. A target that many face-up cards your opponent controls, return it to the hand. That is pretty good. Supreme Tianwei's Style Fist. Okay, when a monster effect of a spell attack card is activated while you control a face-up monster is non-effect, but you can negate activation. If this card is sent to special summon a non-effect monster from your extra deck. This right here, you can special summon 1 non-effect monster from your extra deck. Made it retarded. Just like that. Just like that. Alright guys, that's all the cards that's coming into Raging Rampage. I hope you like it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the like button, make the like button your bitch. And I see you guys in the next one, and peace out.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out.